everyone, and welcome to another episode of Moments with Intellectuals right here on AMTV Africa. I am your host, Unomfundo Khatebe, and today we have a very talented choreographer, one of South Africa's most talented, Usianda Mwandla. He will be telling us about his upcoming event, Roses and Ribbons. But before that, I'd like to chat with him and just to get to know him a little better. Hi, Usianda. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Namfundo. I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much.
All right, Usianda. So let's just get right into it. Tell me, how did it start out as a choreographer for you?
When I was young, I realized I had a talent and as a human being. But most importantly, it wasn't ukdanza. It was singing. I started as a singer when I was young at school, when I was young around our township, Ekaya, Emandeni, where I come from. Then sang with amagroup asendaweni, sakhula, si-attenda every after school, like after school, after I've done my homework, then I would go and attend with a particular group, ebizwa Bright Future at the time. Then we'll sing, and then we'll go to competitions, ngama weekends. But then I didn't realize that I was also talented when it comes to umdanso. Later on in life, I met this other guy who used to say to me, "No, come to the hall every Saturday, sizo danza, ballroom." And I'm like, "But I'm not talented when it comes to dance, but I loved dance." And then I attended these classes, and there was a friend of mine who is now late, who used to come with me, and then he grew to be a better dancer than me. He would attend competition and he won competitions. We Latin ballroom at that time was very big, so he won competitions, and I was like, oh my gosh, this guy. And he moved from where I was staying. He stayed at Kawin. I was in Mandeni, Makambin, and then I would hear stories. Then he would come back during holidays. Would say, I know, Mina, now I dance around where I stay. I'm getting trophies. I'm attending competitions. I'm like, ooh, will I get to that point? And then eventually moved, jumped the story, moved after matric, moved to Durban. And then I auditioned for Mbongeni Ngema when I first came to Durban. He was doing Mbongeni Ngema's Academy at the time. It was called Mbongeni Ngema's Academy. Students were taken in, but they would audition first. They would take them in, babafundise umdanso in all three different aspects of the art industry, which is dance, music, and acting within the theater. So then they would go to that school, okay, and then I think we were the second um, bunch of kids to go to Mbongeni Ngema's Academy after the first one was invented in, I can't remember which year. So then when I was there, when I was auditioning as a musician, but obviously when you audition for theater projects, you need to have all three different. You must be strong in all three, even if you're strong in one. But at least the other two must be able to come out as well. So when I was there, I was a brilliant singer. I knew that growing up. Sang. But when I was singing, then they said, okay, you are going to the next round, which is dancing. So they will teach you what to do. And then I got this so fast. I was so flexible. And I was like, okay. So this means I am a dancer somehow. There's a dancer hidden in me. And then I remember very well afterwards when we started. Obviously, I was part of the academy. Then when we started the academy, I was praised for being a great dancer at the academy. And then it developed from there. I think that's where it all started. And then I became a dancer. Later on in the industry, obviously, I worked with different artists as a dancer, and a musician. But then this dancing thing just kept growing, just kept growing. Then I would attend workshops, and then I was at the University of Zululand, and I started dance there. And at the University of Zululand, I was one of the top students when it came to dancing. And then when I was dancing at the university, I got offers there and there. I even got a trophy at the university for being the best dancer in the university within our department. And then eventually, after dancing for so many artists and going to theaters as well, working with different projects. I did African Footprints, I did Mbongeni Ngema's shows, many of them. I did so many shows. I did Fame. While I was doing those shows, then the love for choreography then started. That's when I said to myself, you know what? I think I want to pursue this now as a choreographer.
All right. So let's take it to the journey, just moving from music
Yeah.
to choreographing. How was that journey? I mean, I'm sure it was difficult
Very.
to change and tell people that, okay, now I'm dancing.
Yeah.
But they know you as
As a
a singer.
singer.
Yes. So
Yeah.
how did you deal with that as well?
As I was saying, that when I was in Joburg most of the time, and I was traveling overseas a lot at the time because of my project, I was a singer and a musician. I mean, I was a singer and a dancer, but I was more of a singer in some of the project than in some of the projects I was more of a dancer. And then to say now, to make people understand that I wanted to pursue this as a career and a choreographer was a bit difficult because one, people at the time did not believe that you could do all three. You should be talented in all three segments. You know, people would be like, they will make you feel bad for being talented in all three genres. But I was like, no, what if I want to be a dancer and a singer? What if I'm talented in all three? It's only now that the industry has grown and people are starting to appreciate multitasking within the industry. But back then, it was like, I know when you are a singer, stay as a singer. When I dance, even if they were to call you for auditions, if they know that you're a singer, I mean, they wouldn't call you for dance auditions because, it was known that people were so stereotyped. Our industry at large was stereotyped at the time. It was difficult for me because most people, some people, you find some people, some knew me as a singer, and then when I came to dance auditions, they were like, "What are you doing here?" And some knew me as a dancer, and so it was a bit confusing. I had different audiences everywhere. Others would be like, "But I know Sianda can dance." Others would be like, "No, but I know Sianda can sing." But I knew within me that I could do everything because I'm a creative. So to break into that, only now people that began to understand the perception. I had to force it into them that no, guys, I can do it, and I had to prove myself more than anything.
No, interesting journey. Now you have produced and directed world stage events. I know Mrs. Universe, the pageant, that was awesome, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Can you just tell us about that journey? I mean, what were some of the challenges of working with such, a world staged event? How did that go?
Mrs. Universe was one of the best highlights, I think, of my careers. I've had so many, obviously, but Mrs. Universe also just took it to another level. It's a world stage, we cannot lie. We are talking about a universe here. We had 85 women from different countries all over the world coming to South Africa. For the very first time, it was hosted in Africa, and it was such a beautiful thing. For me to be part of it, I don't want to lie, Nomfundo, it was such an honor. When I got that call, I was like, Mrs. Universe, you mean universe as in the pageant that I see on TV, you talk about that? Like, yeah, we talk about that. We want you to be part of that. We want you to choreograph that. I was like, okay. So for me, it was such an honor, and it was a realization of one has grown from strength to strength within the industry. Seeing those women coming together, it was more than just, for me, it was more than just being a choreographer. It was an experience, it was a goosebumps moment. I think I've spoken to you when we were doing makeup earlier that, when I saw those women walking into my rehearsal space for the first time, I was like goosebumps because I've never seen so many beautiful 85 women within one space. Was married. I'm not saying a perception of a married woman, with us, we have a certain look, but those women, they could be they could be entering from Miss Universe, But so the experience was amazing. Everything was just great. The production, it wasn't easy. It was a big production. Obviously, we had different hands doing different things. It became a success because of that. But other than that, the experience for me was everything.
Not only did you do that, but you also went to Nigeria, I believe, to represent South Africa at the Calabar Festival.
Yes.
Tell us from the beginning, tell us how is that?
International Carnival Calabar Festival happens every year in Nigeria, in Calabar, in another state in Nigeria. It's called Calabar. So, but we land in Lagos, then we go to Calabar. It's an International Carnival Calabar Festival that includes different countries from all over the world again. So another opportunity for me. I was like, God, it's such a a coincidence or what that I'm being introduced to this world stage platforms. We put it that way. I was also excited because of that. So you go there, different countries, different choreographers. They go to represent what they do, in terms of their culture, what they can represent with dance in particular. So you were asked to choreograph a piece, which I did in South Africa. Mine was called Ukamba, SA Story of Unity. We presented our piece in Calabar last year. Last year. I get confused because now it's early, it's beginning of the year.
2018.
Yeah. So in 2017 we went there, and we made it to the top 3. We were number 2. Brazil came number 1. South Africa came
Shout
number
out
2.
South Africa.
Out of 25 countries. It's another world-class event which gives you a bigger platform. So for me, also the experience there was just on another level.
Job very well done. I'm just
Thank you so
glad
much.
that South Africa was part of the top 3.
Two,
I mean,
yeah, top 3, yes. It was
dude.
Brazil, South Africa, then Ghana.
Listen, that is
Yeah.
just fantastic.
I know.
Okay, so let's move on to this year now, 2018.
2018.
We're doing Roses and Ribbons.
Roses and Ribbons.
Yes, please tell us about that. Tell us about the event. When is the event and the venue, and how can people be a part of it?
Roses and Ribbons, first of all, has been my brainchild for the past, I think, 5 years. And I'm excited that the vision is coming to life now, only in 2018. It's going to be taking place on the 23rd of February at the Joint Jazz Cafe in Durban. It's a beautiful venue by South Beach, by the beach, actually. It's a glass house by the beach. You can be part of it by emailing rosesandribbons18@gmail.com. It's strictly by invite. So if you want to be invited, email rosesandribbons18@gmail.com. It will be featuring some of SA's most prestigious musicians, poets, singers, and dancers. It is a production that has been directed by myself in commemorating or in celebrating the month of love. That's why it's called Roses and Ribbons. That means ladies and gentlemen. It's introducing Siyanda and friends. So the friends who are going to be coming are actually those musicians, those poets. Some magical moments, amazing talent. It's just an evening of poetry, song, and dance. And it's a beautiful event. There's going to be a red carpet there. I'm sure I'm going to see you there at the red carpet.
Sounds exciting. I am going to be there. Me and my team, AMTV Africa, are going to be out there. So make sure you guys make those reservations. And come and check us out, guys. I mean, I'm excited. It's going to be very, very nice. So, now, I mean, you are obviously an OG in the industry now. So, I mean, there's people who are looking up to you. So there's a young choreographer out there who's looking up to you. So is there anything that you'd like to maybe say to them? Just words of encouragement, or?
I would like to say, just keep your vision alive. Whatever that you want to do, it's possible. You can do it. If I was able to do it, you can also do it. But all I can tell you, the most important, one thing that I always tell people who want to be part of the industry or want to come into the industry, talent is everything. First of all, you must be talented. And then take your talent to another level by going to school, if you want to go to school, which is important, that you go to school, that you enhance your talent. But be talented first, because if you're not talented, then that means you're not passionate. And then if you're not passionate, you'll not be able to deliver in the industry. So be talented, but also be disciplined. Know your place, and it's one step at a time. Rome was not built in one day.
Yes. Okay, and besides that, I mean, any other thing that you'd like people to be aware of that you're working on besides the events, obviously? Or maybe where people can reach you on your social media just to keep up with you on what you're doing and everything?
Of course, there's a lot of projects that I'm going to be working on this year. Some of them I cannot announce them. I'm going to be traveling a lot. There's a lot of international trips that are coming up. People can reach me on social media. On Facebook, I'm Siyanda M. Mwandla, Siyanda without an I, Siyanda M. Mwandla. On Twitter, @Siyanda M. And then on Instagram, is same as Facebook, Siyanda M. Mwandla. You can reach me there. Or for bookings, you can email mwandlasiyanda@gmail.com or smprod@icloud.com.
All right, everyone, you heard it from the man himself, Siyanda Mwandla. Make sure you follow him on his social medias to keep up with his moves. And from me, I will see you on the 23rd of February at his event, Roses and Ribbons. So make sure you book those reservations, send him the email, make sure you are there. From us, AMTV Africa, this has been another episode of Moments with Intellectuals. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment below, and follow me, Unomfundo Khadebe, at Nomfizas on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. From me to you, see you next time.